So, chemical evidence. This is evidence obtained by chemical analysis of the suspected substance or the vomit or secretion of the body. This alone is not reliable because the person may be decomposed or change of it may have been replaced after death. So, chemical evidence. So, ang chemical mo na siya makitaan sa crime scene. So, not reliable ang isa ka person once nga ma-decompose ni siya because ma-decompose ng usa ka body, then naay possible nga malahi na siya, di na siya ma-reliable kay naay chemical nga matapo sa isa ka body. So pag matapo na siya possible nga dili na siya reliable. So next is, chemical evidence refers to the use of chemical analysis and techniques to gather information and support conclusions in legal, forensic, or scientific investigations. This type of evidence involves the examination of substances, often at a molecular or atomic level, to identify or characterize their composition. Chemical evidence can be crucial in various fields, including criminal investigations, environmental studies, and industrial processes. Next is postmortem evidence. This evidence is obtained from an examination of tissues and organs after death. There are many poisons, however, that do not produce characteristic findings. Also, the findings may be like those produced by diseases. So, when we say postmortem, mao ni siya ang kakandak to gather information of what the cause of the death of the dead body. So, postmortem, also known as autopsy evidence, refers to the examination of a deceased person's body to gather information about the cause and manner of death. Postmortem examinations are conducted by forensic pathologists who are medical doctors with specialized training in pathology and forensic medicine. These examinations aim to uncover details about the circumstances surrounding a person's death, and the findings may be used as evidence in legal investigations, insurance claim, and medical research. So next is experimental evidence. Experimental evidence is obtained by administering the suspected substance to some living animal and noting the effect or symptoms. This alone is also not conclusive because the tolerance may not be the same as in humans. So, for example, ani namoy nakitaan nga dead body and wala mo kabalo unsa nga poison ang gigamit ani. Pero naamoy gi suspect nga kana nga poison. In order nga makabalo jud mo nga kana jud nga poison nga inyuhan gamit, mogamit mo animal, tapos ang kanang poison nga inyuhang gi suspect nga mao jud nga poison ang iyang gigamit, mo na siya imo i-injection dito sa animal. Then after pag-inject nimo, after mo gawas na ang mga symptoms, then imo na lang i-note. So pag after nimo i-note, lantawon nimo na ang symptoms og symptoms ato sa nasa dead body ug mao sila, so meaning mao na nga poison ang gigamit. Pero nahiuban dili sila conclusive kay ang tolerance dili the same sa human. Nahiuban nga ang tolerance sa hayop is taas din sa human is maba. So depende na. Then next is methods of examination. The examination may be divided into two stages, namely isolation and identification. So isolation, when the submitted specimen is in pure form, the poison must first be isolated. This procedure does not only limit the search to a manageable class of poisons but also reduces the interference from other substances that may occur during the identification stage. Thus, poison may be classified according to their method of isolation as volatile poisons, non-volatile poisons, and metallic poisons. So, isolation is kanang ang isa ka poison is ibutang na sa usa ka glass, din kinahanglan bahig po na siya, dili na siya pwede nga tapad na sa uban kay para manageable class of poisons, para ma-reduce po ang interference from other substances that may occur during the identification stage. So next is A is volatile poisons isolated by extraction with alcohol and chloroform. B. Non-volatile poisons isolated by extraction with organic solvents such as strychnine and other alkaloids. C. Metallic poisons. These are poisons such as arsenic, mercury, and lead. D. Other substances requiring special methods of isolation like corrosive acids. Next is identification. The method employed for the identification of poison and specific preliminary tests should be conducted. Such tests include microscopic examination and flame tests. Then confirmatory tests should be performed to establish the presence of poison. As the other analysis mentioned earlier, modern instruments like the infrared spectrophotometer and gas chromatography can be used in the confirmatory test. So identification in my own perspective, for example na kay dead body nga inyong giimbestigahan. Then sa tapad ana nga dead body nakit-an nga hurag batol. So ma-identify nimo nga kana nga batol is mao na ang gigamit sa dead body. Mao na siya ang dahilan or kanang gigamit sa dead body sa isa ka person, mo na siyang nakakos og dead patay muna siya. History of modern toxicology. Paracelsus, 16th century German Swiss physician alchemist, first stressed the chemical nature of poison and its action by experimentation. He introduced those concepts. So kani si Paracelsus mo ni siya ang si Paracelsus mo siya ang introduce sa the use of chemical substances such as minerals into medicine. So next is si Professor Matthew Orfella, 19th century attending physician to Louis correlated chemistry of toxins with the biological effects it produces in a poison individual. So si Matthew Joseph Bonaventure Orfella worked to make chemical analysis a routine part of forensic medicine and made studies of speciation, the decomposition of bodies, and exhumation. Next is there are 4 elements of poisoning. First is poison, and the second is the poison organism. 3. The injury to the cells. 4. The symptoms and the signs of the death. So classification of poisons. A. Classification based on origin. Number 1. Animal or toxin. A poison produced by living organism simulating antibodies, usually transferred through bites and stings of venomous terrestrial or marine animals. So kaning animal or toxin makuha ni siya sa iro, paak sa iro. Unay kanang rabies, mo na siya. Vegetable, poison ivy and Jimson with plants, mo na siya. And sa mineral is hydrochloric acid, caustic alkali. And 4 is microbial, produced by microscopic organisms. Example ni is bacteria and fungi. Then 5 is synthetic, manufactured by chemists such as drugs, pesticide, as well as chemical purified from natural sources such as metals from ores and solvents from gasoline. So that's all. Next reporter.